think I would not have been an artist if it hadn't been for my personal political situation. I always had this romantic idea of being an artist, but after I went to art school, I threw all that out and I stopped making art. But eventually, when things became very difficult after the Iranian Revolution, and I found myself alone in the United States, art became almost the only way to cope with my own personal anxieties, existential and political. And so through making my work, I feel like I'm telling my stories, but the stories are not really autobiographical, but they become really a tool to face my own angst, but at the same time, create a dialogue with people who may identify with my narratives and characters. Of course, it is about my single experience in this life and the experience of exile, displacement, abandonment, feeling of fear, a lot of fear about the future, the idea of homelessness, not really having a center. And all of these issues are something that I think are extremely universal. A lot of people are, because of the global situation, are immigrants, and a lot of people, because of political issues, are exiled. But more than anything is this conversation between our inner and outer worlds, what goes on inside of us psychologically, emotionally, and how we have to cope with the external world and something that is above and beyond our own little existence. So I think this is how I appeal to my audience, to also make work that goes in and out of our humanity, and then the people suddenly realize that actually, even though my work is very non-Western, they actually may relate to it, to subjects. Without having a choice, I've had to sort of negotiate this balance between the hybrid existence. I'm simultaneously an Iranian, Eastern, and American, Western. And so I am a kind of an embodiment of this hybridity, someone who's not completely Iranian, is not completely American. I don't ever look like everyone else. I will never speak the same language as everyone else. And therefore, I'm sort of represent this reality that I think it's quite common these days with this whole, immigration reality that we are facing. So the way I look, the way I make art, films, photographs, it's always about this negotiation between Occident and Orient and East and West. And that's something I don't even have to control. It's spontaneous. When I'm with Iranian people, I feel fully Iranian. When I'm with my Western friends, Americans, I feel fully that. And then when I'm making photograph, I really feel like a photographer, and I'm doing calligraphy. And then when I'm in a film production, I feel like a director. When I'm doing opera, it's completely different team and different people. But I think being nomad like I am, and this nomadic behavior, it becomes very natural to people like me, because our lives is always about a constant adaptation to new places, new people, new languages, new food, new odors. And so this may be much easier for me than someone who lives always in their own country. I don't even think about it. I feel a certain freedom to cross a lot of borders, culturally and artistically. And that's because I've been, since 17 years old, I've been a nomad. So I think that nomadic lifestyle has definitely informed my work and my approach to my lifestyle. The film is essentially about me. It's about an Iranian woman who has lived in the US since a very young age, and yet she doesn't quite integrate to the American culture and American people and Iranians as well. So art or her imagination and whatever she does in her own privacy become her own way of coping with her pain and whatever that it's haunting her. So of course it's not autobiographical, but really I think all of my work is very personal and it stems from something extremely personal circumstances. But in this case, I thought I could bring to the work what I know it's like when you're an immigrant in the United States, how you feel cornered in one way, yet you're so seduced by it at the same time. And so it goes from both personal and political narrative in terms of my point of view as an immigrant about United States as well. I have an obsession with dreams because I think dreams cross borders, and dreams are where truly people are free and naked, where we face our fears and everything we desire. And I think that in some ways, you know, someone dreaming in the United States dream could be very similar to someone dreaming in Switzerland or in Iran, because, you know, and also dreams have a footing in reality, make references to places we've been, people we know, but nothing makes sense. And that, in that sense, there's enormous freedom in talking about dreams because we can't judge someone's dreams. I dream a lot, I dream too much, but very honestly, my dreams often are about things that I worry about, things that I'm afraid of, and a really deeper anxiety. Very often I dream about the potential loss of my mother who lives in Iran, and she recurring dreams of her being in my dreams, which I connected to the motherland. And so sometimes I've actually filmed my own dreams. So I don't think they're so interesting for other people, but I just like other people's dreams, mine are a manifestation of what I try to hide during the day, but those thoughts visit me at night.